Hello guys, I just want to make a video regarding slavery in the Bible. First, let me say that I am a Christian and I'm a believer of God. Okay, and let me apologize if I don't speak fluent English because I was not raised or brought up in a English-speaking country. And no, I just want to share my views, regarding this topics that the atheists bringing out, like the slavery in the Bible and some other stuff. But right now, I just want to talk about slavery. Okay, so let me read some verses here in Exodus chapter 21, verse 2 to 6. Okay. If thou buy an Hebrew servant, 6 years he shall serve, and in the seventh he shall go out free for nothing. If he came in by himself, he shall go out by himself. If he were married, then his wife shall go out with him. If his master have given him a wife, and she have borne him a son or daughters, the wife and her children shall be her master's, and he shall go out by himself. And if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I will not go out free. Then his master shall bring him into the judges. He shall also bring him to the door or into the doorpost. And his master shall bore his ear through with an awl, and he shall serve him forever. So in these verses that I just read, God condones slavery. But let's think for a while, or what could be the reason behind why there was slavery going on. Okay, for instance, some people might have a huge debt that's too big to settle. And let's face the reality here. Not all the people are the same. They will not gonna let you go just like that if you owe them something big, especially about money. I think it's still going on at present, except you'll get sued and you go behind bars. Okay, so God made this law for the Jews, and I don't see any cruelty or rudeness in these verses. So let's recap. This is verse number 2. If thou buy an Hebrew servant, 6 years he shall serve, and in the seventh he shall go out free for nothing. Okay, so if you were thinking maybe they have the Hebrew servant market, or slave market for the slaves, I don't think that way, because probably like what I mentioned before, if someone owns me a lot, then by law this person who owes me a lot will become my servant, and he needs to work for me for 7 years. And by this I can sell him to someone who needs a servant, because maybe I need money more than I need a servant, something like that. So if that's someone that I sold my servant, he needs to serve that someone for 7 years, and he can go out for free. Something like that. And what else? Verse number 3. If he comes by himself, then he will go by himself. If he's married, his wife goes out with him. Okay, what else? verse number 4. If his master gave him a wife, then she have borne his son or daughters, and his wife and her children shall be hers. Shall be on the master. Okay, and he shall go out by himself. That is actually his option. Okay, he can go out by himself, or because his wife and his children, he cannot go with him. Or maybe for a lot of reasons, because let's say he just paid his debt and he probably don't have anything, and he don't have anywhere or any place to go. So how can he provide for his family? Okay, what else? Verse number 5. If the servant shall plainly say, I love my master and my wife and my children, I will not go out free. So this is actually an option to the servant, because if he already, let's say, fell in love with his master, because his master is kind and a loving master, so why do he needs to go, right? I think staying is the best option. So verse number 6. Then his master shall bring him into the judges, and he shall also bring him to the door and unto the doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with an hour, and he shall serve him forever. So yeah, it's like this. They have this law that they need to follow. So the master if the servant decided to stay, the master should at least inform the authority and that this guy wants to serve him like forever, to stay with him, maybe until his master die or something. It's really up to the servant if he wants to stay for his master. So I guess this is not the kind of slavery that you expect, isn't it? Maybe you are thinking about the first thing that pops up in your mind when you hear the word slavery, that a person which his hands were tied up on his back and being whipped when he fails to do his job properly. Maybe this is the version of the slavery that what is in your mind. Well, it's not. If you were going to read the whole chapter of Exodus chapter 21 up until verse 16, this is what it says. He who kidnapped a man and sells him, or if he is found in his hand, shall surely be put to death. So, is this something like God allows slavery? This kind of barbaric slavery? I don't think so. God made this law for the Jews so they may solve their problems, in humane way. Okay, so there you go. Those who are God haters out there, think first before stripping out the verses from the Bible.